Can I ask you a very important question? Do you know how to calculate the volume of water in your pond? This question is important because the volume of water in your pond will help to guide you on the number of fish to stock per pond, right? So in this video, I just want to show and share with you how to calculate the volume of water very easily in your pond, so that at the end of the day, you will know that the kind of pond you're using affects your fish, and then the size of pond as well prevails when it comes to stocking density. So before we go ahead with the video showing how to calculate for stocking density, let's first of all show you the easiest way to calculate for the volume of water in your pond. Are you ready? Let's go. So before we go ahead with our calculation, let's even identify the types and different shapes of ponds that we use, right? So the types of ponds, we have the concrete, right? We have the tarpaulin, and then we have the plastic, right? So most of the time these plastic ponds, right, are circular in shape. So there's a formula that guides in the calculation of volume for circular ponds. Then for these two, we also have the square and the triangular most of the time, right? Most of the time. So having established this fact, this will now help us to go ahead with our calculation. Are we ready? Let's go. Now for concrete and tarpaulin ponds, we have the formula that says volume is equal to the length, right, times the width times the height. So I'll just give you a brief diagram here of a square pond, right? And this is it. So right here, from this point to this point, right, the length, from this point to this point, the height, right, and from here to here we have the width. Now, having distinguished all of these parts, right, let's also understand that when it comes to the construction of tarpaulin or concrete ponds, we make use of feet. Most of the time we measure using feet. Now this feet must be converted to centimeters. Why? Because we are looking out for the volume, right? So let's go this way. If we have mathematically, we are looking at measurement. If we have 1 foot is equal to 30.48 centimeters. Okay, so going forward, this is the height of the pond, and if the height of the pond is 4 feet, of course the volume of water will not be up to 4 feet, so we'll leave it at the range here, which is about 3 feet, right? So this goes this way. This is representing the volume of water, so this is at 3 feet, right? And if the length is 8 feet, this is a square pond, so the width is equally 8 feet. So we go this way. Volume is equal to 8 feet multiplied by 8 feet multiplied by 3 feet height, right? Now remember, we are converting, so using our conversion table mathematically, 1 foot is equal to 30.48 centimeters, so it means 8 feet will just be multiplied by 30.48, so it means 8 feet will be multiplied by 30.48. so we go this way. 8 times 30.48 is equal to 243.84. so we have 243.84, right? Now this is cm multiplied same 243.84 cm. Remember, now for height, we'll need to be sure of the value we are getting for our height. So we go this way, 91.44 cm, centimeters, 91.44 centimeters. So this is it. We have 243.84 centimeters multiplied by 243.84 centimeters multiplied by the height, which is 91.44 centimeters. Remember, we used our conversion table because we now have volume to be calculated in centimeters. Why we're using feet is because this is traditionally what is obtainable when you're constructing your ponds. When you're constructing your ponds, we make use of feet. So we need to convert if we are calculating for volume. All right, does that make sense? Okay, so we go ahead and multiply. So remember, we're looking for volume. We go this way. So we go 243.84 times 243.84 multiplied by 91.44. And what do we have here? This is massive. So we've got 5,436,834.545. Okay, 664. Okay, so at this juncture, this is in cm cube. Now this raised to power 3 implies that we are multiplying these values all together, right? That's why it's appearing, and this is the unit for calculating volume. All right, so at this juncture, let's establish a fact here. We must use our conversion table to convert cm cube to liters because we are talking about volume, so that at the end of the day we have an idea of the volume of water that is contained in our pond. Okay, and we are using 8 by 8 by 4 feet height pond. Nevertheless, the water is 3 feet. So let's go this way using conversion table, right? If 1 cm cube is equal to 1 milliliter, it means 1000 milliliters is also equal to 1 liter. So if we use this conversion table, it will guide us on how to arrive at volume of water in liters. So if 1000 milliliters is equal to 1 liter, right? It means 5,436,834.5456664 cm cube is equal to x, right? This is the unknown, so we want to find the value for x. Now we have to cross multiply. Okay, so if we are crossing multiplying this way, we have 1000 milliliters times x is equal to what? 5. Just bring down this value, 5664, right? Times 1. Okay, remember 1 liter, so we divide both sides by what? 1000. This by what? 1000, so that this cancels this, right? And this goes into this, and what do we have? We have 5,436.834, right? Liters. Now at this juncture, we can, from here, we can approximate this way and say we have 5,437 liters. So we are rounding up this fraction to the nearest whole number. So we have 5,437 liters. So our volume for 8 by 8 by 4 feet height pond is equal to what? 5,437 liters of water. So this is what you get. Now let me just chip in something very important as well. If you're managing your water, you might use 2.5 feet, okay? At the lowest, the least feet is 2.5 feet to do your calculation, so that you might arrive at maybe 4,000 liters or thereabouts. Okay, I hope this video makes a lot of sense. So going forward, we'll be calculating for the circular pond. It has its own formula, like I mentioned earlier. So are we good to go? Let's see it out. So please take notes, this conversion is a standard, okay, and you can as well get this from Google. Okay, same here with the conversion table. This is a standard, a universal standard at that, so you can do well to apply it when you're calculating, because there are people who construct 7 by 7 by 4 feet by 3.5 feet. So it all depends on the measurement of your pond, but this is what is obtainable for a 8 by 8 by 4 feet height pond. Please do well to share, like, subscribe to this channel, and remember, your satisfaction will always come first. See you in the next. Bye.